Now she's live. Okay, good, Brittany.
All right, so today we are showing triangles on the unit circle. All right, so on the warm-up we saw the value of each side of these three triangles. We have the 45, 45, 90, and then both orientations of the 30, 60, 90. So we know that this is root 2 over 2. This is also root 2 over 2. And we can also see that because both opposite angles are 45, so they have to be the same. And then opposite of 30 is 1/2, and then opposite of the other angle is root 3 over 2, root 3 over 2, and then this is the same triangle, different orientation. Opposite of 30 is 1/2, opposite of 60 is root 3 over 2. All right. Do you want me to show the circle?
Yeah, show the circle, which we've already done. Brittany already put all the coordinates on the circle for you.
Yep.
So all of our triangles are there, correct?
Yep, we have
We
our...
don't see the triangles, but we know it's made up of all the special right triangles, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right. So we have root 2 over 2, root 3 over 2, and 1/2. And we see that in each quadrant.
Now, before she goes any further, sine is the y value.
Yes.
Cosine is the x value. Tangent, thank you, Vincent, the y with x. Go ahead, Brittany.
Yep. All right. So we are going to find the values of these. What are they?
From your unit circle.
Yeah. Find the values of these coordinates on the unit circle. So we have sine of 30. So on the unit circle we find 30 degrees is this line, and sine is the y value. So the y value of sine of 30, the y value of 30 is 1/2. So sine of 30 degrees is equal to 1/2.
Your calculator will also give you that answer.
All right, now we're going to look for cosine of 315 degrees. So if we start at 0, we keep going around, and then we come to 315 degrees. And we are looking at the y value. We're in the
X value.
wait, cosine. We are looking for the x value. In the fourth quadrant, the x value is positive. We get a positive root 2 over 2. It's at a 45-degree angle. 270 plus 45 is 315. So cosine of 315 is root 2 over 2. All right, now tangent of 180 degrees. We're going to take the y over the x, because we are solving for tangent. So 180, we're going to take the y over the x. And the y value is 0 over -1. 0 over -1 equals 0. So tangent is 0 at 180 degrees. Now we're going to look at sine of -30. So we're going to start here at 0, and we're going to go back 30 degrees. So -30, sine is -1/2. That is the y value.
Okay, Brittany, I made a mistake. You guys change that to 420 degrees. Cosine 420. Yeah, because you're not fine on the unit circle. I gotta fix that. Should be 420. Okay.
All right. So now we're going to look for cosine of 420. 420 is greater than 360, so we go around a full circle, and then 420 minus 360 is 60, so we go another 60 degrees around. So cosine of 60 degrees is going to be 1/2. All right, now tangent of 90. We're going to look for 90 degrees. The coordinate at 90 degrees is 0, 1. We're going to take y over x. Y over x gives us 1 over 0. Well, you cannot divide by 0, so this is an undefined value. There is no tangent at 90 degrees. All right.
Thumbs up so far?
Does that sound good?
Okay.
Cool.
That's not too hard, is it?
All right. On to the next side of the page. Find the exact value from the unit circle. So these values are in radians, and we already have radians written down on your circle, so it's very convenient. Sine of 3 pi fourths. So if we're going to go around, we're going to keep going until we find 3 pi fourths. It's 3/4 of 1/2 of the circle. And the y value at 3 pi fourths is root 2 over 2. Moving on to cosine of 5 pi sixths. So I'm going to go to 5 pi sixths. That's 5/6 of this first 180, because 180 is pi. And the x value there is negative root 3 over 2. Tangent of 2 pi thirds. We're going to go find 2 pi thirds. 2 pi thirds. It's 2/3. And we're going to take tangent of that. So we're going to take y root 3 over 2. Can I just put times the reciprocal, or do you want me to put it over?
Okay, over 1/2. Okay.
Over 1/2. And then we can,
She's going to simplify that, right?
yes. So,
Invert multiply?
yep. So if we disregard that, we can multiply by 2 over 1, the reciprocal. 2 over 2 cancels. We're left with root 3 over 1. So tangent of 2 pi thirds is root 3.
See what she did? She had a fraction, fraction divided by fraction, invert multiply, reciprocal, 2's cancel, and you have, good job, Brittany.
Yep. And then we have sine of negative pi halves. Negative pi halves, that's going to be halfway. It's going to be halfway around the first half circle, but backwards. So it's going to give us 3 pi. It's going to be the same as 3 pi halves, and sine of this is negative 1. All right, cosine of 3 pi. So starting here at 0, we're going to go around 1 pi, 2 pi, and then it's 3 pi, so we're going to go another half circle. And we want the x value, so it's going to be, cosine of 3 pi is going to be negative 1. All right, tangent of 3 pi halves. So we're going to go to 3 pi halves. It's going to be here. And we're going to take tangent, so y over x. Negative 1 over 0. And we cannot divide by 0, so this is undefined. All right. find an angle in radians that will solve the equation. So we are going to look for where sine of theta equals 1. So where does sine equal 1?
Y value. Find a y value of 1.
Yes.
Put your circle. Y value of 1. Where is it?
It is right here.
In radians. 90 is correct. 90 is correct. But what are we going to call it?
Pi halves.
Ooh, easy, huh?
All right. 2 times cosine of theta equals -1. We want to get cosine isolated, so we're going to divide by 2. Cosine of theta equals -1/2. So we're going to find where cosine equals -1/2.
X value, -1/2. Take a look. X value, -1/2. Yeah, it's 2 different answers.
Yes. So we have 2 answers.
Pi, which one's closer to 0? Yeah,
Yes.
right.
So we're in-
closest to 0 because we don't run too far, right?
Yeah. So we're taking the answer closest, and that's going to give us 2 pi thirds. All right, and then tangent of -1. So we want to find where tangent is -1. So when we're dividing x, y, and x, we're going to want a negative value, so that eliminates quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. And then the closest value to 0, the closest quadrant to 0 is 2 when we're going around the circle. So, and if we want it to equal 1, it has to have the same numbers. So here at 45, we have root 2 over 2 and root 2 over 2. And then when we divide root 2 over 2 over negative root 2 over 2, we can rewrite that and multiply by 2 over root 2. Root 2 over 2 cancels, and 2 over 2 cancels. And we're left with a -1. Does that make sense?
So where does that happen? Where does that happen? Where do you see 2 over 2, 2 over 2? 3 pi fourths, right? Okay, so let's show the circle for a second. Ready? Okay, so where does x and y equals it right here, right? Now, Kai, my friend, you could go here, right? What's the quickest way? Are you going to go all the way here? Or are you going to go all the way around here? Or come on now. Or would you go backwards? So what's the angle? It's -pi fourths, because that's still the closest, right? See how that's the closest? We're on backwards. Oh, sprinters. Sprinters like, are you kidding me? You're not that far.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
When you told me I was doing the 200,
Yeah, okay. He'll make it out. Dennis used to say the same thing to you.
yeah.
Dennis is not like 200. Anyway, go ahead, Brittany.
All right, using the calculator. So I'm just going to look at it. Are we... We're...
Isaac comes back to 100
Hmm?
times.
Do we want to be in radians or degrees?
Great question. Really, that's
Well-
the question of all. That's the best question of all. What mode are we going to be in? Why do you say degree?
Oh, right, this one's degrees.
For that one, and then
Degrees.
radians for the middle one.
Yeah.
Keep going, Brittany, because that was
The
the main
last one.
question. What, right? If you use your calculator, you got to be in the right mode.
Would the last one be radians?
Yes, you know it has to be radians because there's no degree symbol, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start by checking mode. This first problem, we have 30 degrees, so we're going to use degree. And then we input sine of 30, and it's going to give us 1/2.
It's the same thing that we got from the circle, right? Same answer.
All right, now
30, 1/2.
we want sine of pi thirds, so we're going to go back into mode, change it into radians, and that gives that is sine Where's pi? Where's pi?
Second, and then it's blood clear.
Pi and blue, pi,
Oh, there.
divided by 3. Yeah. We're doing 5/3.
Yes.
See a decimal.
Mhm.
So the true answer though is square root of 3 over 2. Square root of 3 over 2. Square root of 3 over 2. Why do I know that? From our circle, right?
Mhm.
Isn't that the answer, square root of 3 over 2?
Oh, yeah.
But we get a decimal answer, or the decimal answer is fine, but the exact answer is square root of 3 over 2, isn't it?
Right.
So why is it square root of
Check your circle. Go to pi thirds. That's the y value of pi thirds.
3? Oh, okay. Yeah, alright.
Or the decimal answer is what the calculator gives, right? Okay, now, Brittany, before you do cosine of 1.3, will you put the circle back up?
Mhm.
Okay, 1.3, now check it out, is an angle. It's really important, watch. That's 3.14, that's an angle, you with me? 3.14, so 1.3 might be around here somewhere, still an angle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
All right. So we're still in radian. We're going to go to cosine 1.3. 0.27, approximately 0.27.
Okay, now really want to show this, okay? Okay, so 0.27. So if your angle is up here somewhere, 0.27 is next value. You can go as far as 1, but x value of 0.27 refers to this angle's x value, okay? All right, thank you, Brittany. Let's see, where did I leave my thing to stop recording? Come on, you guys, big round of applause for Brittany. Yay, Brittany!